I wear period underwear almost every day, and yet I have no periods. Welcome to an honest KNIX underwear review. This is not sponsored. I bought these on my own, and I did not buy them specifically for a period reason or to replace tampons and pads for myself. This was for a completely different reason. If you are new to the channel or you've never been here before and you're looking for a review from a flow perspective and period perspective, unfortunately this video is not for you, but there are lots of videos on YouTube on that subject. Now, if you are intrigued by how this video has started, stay tuned on why I use KNIX as my main daily underwear. KNIX is a very interesting company, and I wanted to really do this review because I think they underestimated the need out there, especially for people with disabilities and people with chronic illness. And the gap that they filled was much larger than just a gap of environmentally friendly period underwear and allowing people to ditch the tampons and pads and be able to just wear underwear when they're on their period. Their period underwear has allowed me to really change my day-to-day when it comes to just having the liberty of just having so much less worry. Now, if you don't know a lot about my story, I have a chronic seizure condition as well as multiple other autoimmune disorders, as well as a fairly complex autoimmune disorder called Crohn's, which affects my bowels. So between the seizure condition and Crohn's, that it be incontinence post-seizure or incontinence in general due to my Crohn's or due to the fact of being bedbound, all of these things have truly affected my day-to-day life. It wasn't until I started using KNIX on a daily did I really realize to what extent their underwear actually prevented me from having accidents outside of my underwear. I was able to contain everything inside of my underwear without having to worry about it getting through to my jeans or to my leggings or anything like that. Now, I understand this is not something they promote on their website. They do talk a little bit about that older generation of the women 50 plus who could have bladder incontinence and things like that, and they do have a postpartum line. They do talk about it a little bit, but to the level from a disability, chronic illness perspective like mine, it's not something they really talk about. Now, they're a very inclusive brand. However, I don't think they've taken it to the level I think they probably could. I think it's unfortunate because I think there's a gap there, and I think there's a need there. KNIX underwear is truly filling that gap without even knowing it. And so I think this is a really positive thing that they know it or not. But not all of their underwear are made for everybody. And so I did go and buy I think it was 4 or 5 different types and different styles of their specific brands of period underwear. And I wanted to try them all out. I've actually had them for quite a few years now. We've had the channel only a year and a bit, and I thought it might be time for me to share this experience with you, share my full thoughts and reviews about the underwear I've been wearing. I'm about to go and purchase more underwear, especially the few specific styles that I really like, and I wanted to share with you guys those specific styles so that if you're interested in going down this wonderful direction of looking at KNIX as an option for you, you've got a little bit more information before you go and spend quite a few dollars on very, very high-end underwear. And I do believe that it's worth every penny, but you have to be prepared and have the right information. And I do recommend that you really make sure you're buying the right size and things like that before you go ahead and make this purchase. The very first thing I want to talk about is this piece of underwear. It is the cotton super absorbent bikini, is one of the very first ones I had. I really like the cotton fabric, but unfortunately the bands, so the elastic bands that they use for the thighs and the stomach band, are quite elastic, and just due to my different conditions, they just create way too much tension. So if you're someone that doesn't like anything that hugs really close or anything that causes tension, I wouldn't recommend this particular brief or bikini version. So the cotton super absorbent version, as much as the super absorbent is really, really nice and the cotton is really nice, they're the easiest to clean. They are by far the longest from a longevity perspective. They have lasted the longest as far as style and fit and things like that. But unfortunately, they are just way too tight. And I've tried the whole size up option and things like that, but just the way their bands are, I just found too much tension, especially on the stomach side, that I couldn't do it. And so unfortunately, this did not work for me. But if you have no issues having things a little bit tighter around your stomach and your thighs and need the super absorbency for that incontinence level, then the cotton, if you need to, throw them in the wash and really need things clean and sanitized, this is a great option for you. Unfortunately, for people like me who have a really hard time with things around their stomach, things that are tighter, this is not going to work for you. That's the very first one that I tried out. Next up, we've got the Super Leak Proof Dream Short. Now, this was made specifically for people who wear kind of nothing but an underwear at night. These dream shorts are literally dream. They're my favorite. I've got a top two. It's in the top two. I have a really hard time choosing whether or not it's the top, but it is an amazing, amazing piece of technology. They are in the super absorbent line. I love wearing them. Now they are kind of that boy short style, and that's the only kind of negative that they have is you can't wear them with everything. Wearing them with leggings or jeans can be a little bit harder. You're gonna have those lines and things like that. It's one of those things you kind of just have to deal with, but by far, one of my top picks is those dream shorts. I cannot wait to get some more in and try out some different colors and different absorbent levels. But that super absorbent dream short is absolutely amazing. I highly recommend it. If you've got really bad incontinence issues, if you have comfort level problems, if you have a super high flow when it comes to a period, I'm sure this is gonna cover your problem there as well. I don't have personal experience, but I've heard really good things about them. They're some of the top sellers on their site. I understand why for sure. So the next one is the Shadow Mesh Leak Proof High Rise. It is the medium absorbency range. Now this is not the exact model I have. This is their new version of the one that I have because mine is, like I said, a few years old now. I absolutely love these for my day-to-day. This is my number one for daily use under anything. People who have to go to work, people who work on the daily and need to feel confident that they're not going to have any issues. I love them. It's what I wear the most often. It's the one that I have the most pair of. I love the high rise specifically just because I feel like it just holds me in a little bit more without constraining or creating any pressure point anywhere. I feel like the high rise really just keeps everything where I need it to be. I haven't had any leakage or anything from them. I feel like they create enough coverage without going overboard or feeling like I have, a diaper on or anything like that. The medium absorbency is good enough to cover my daily needs. And so I just enjoy wearing them. I don't feel uncomfortable. And I'm just good. Like it's just a wonderful piece of material. And I haven't found anything that is any better, to be frank. And so I hope that if you do purchase these, that you love them as much as I do. They're by far my favorite when it comes to the KNIX underwear line. So I hope this has informed you guys with a little bit more information, maybe even information you didn't even know you needed about the KNIX underwear company and their line of period underwear and why I wear them, which has nothing to do with periods whatsoever as a person with disabilities. If you guys have any questions at all or have any comments, please feel free to leave them down below. If you'd like to follow along with my journey, don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. And don't forget to slow your roll. We have an entire playlist of different reviews that I've done over the last year. Check it out over here.